Hi friends, and welcome back to Trivia Bench. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today, we are talking about the beautiful game, and more specifically, the nations that have dominated it more than any other on the planet. The FIFA World Cup is the single biggest sporting event on Earth. Over 4 weeks, every 4 years, billions of people tune in, billions of hearts race, and one nation gets to call itself the greatest in the world. Since the tournament began back in 1930, only 8 countries have ever lifted that iconic golden trophy. But 4 of them have done it more than once, a lot more than once. These are the dynasties of world football. Let's count them down. Coming in at number 3, with 3 FIFA World Cup titles, is Argentina. Few countries carry football in their DNA quite the way Argentina does. The nation has produced some of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of cleats, and the World Cup stage is where that talent has shone brightest. Argentina won their first title on home soil in 1978, captained by Daniel Passarella and powered by a squad that electrified their home crowd in Buenos Aires. 3 years later, the country was in political turmoil, but on the pitch, a young Diego Maradona was beginning to announce himself to the world. It was in 1986, in Mexico, that Argentina reached the absolute pinnacle. Maradona, widely considered one of the 2 greatest players of all time, delivered what many call the greatest individual World Cup performance in history. He single-handedly dragged his team through match after match, including that legendary quarter-final against England, in which he scored 2 of the most talked-about goals ever: the controversial Hand of God and the electrifying 60-meter solo run that was voted goal of the century. Argentina were champions again. Then came the long wait. Decades passed. Near misses piled up. In 2014, they were runners-up, heartbreakingly losing in extra time to Germany. But in 2022, in Qatar, a now aging Lionel Messi, the other man in the conversation for greatest of all time, finally got his hands on the trophy. Argentina defeated France in one of the greatest finals ever played, winning on penalties after a pulsating 3-3 draw. Messi and his nation celebrated. 3 titles total, and their story is far from over. Tied for second place with 4 World Cup titles is Italy, the Azzurri. Italy is one of the most tactically sophisticated footballing nations in history, famous for the art of defensive mastery and disciplined, calculated football. They claimed their first 2 titles back-to-back, winning in 1934 on home soil and again in 1938 in France under the legendary coach Vittorio Pozzo, the only manager in history to win the World Cup twice. After the Second World War disrupted the tournament for 12 years, Italy rebuilt and remained a powerhouse. Their 3rd title came in 1982 in Spain, where striker Paolo Rossi came back from a match-fixing suspension to score 6 goals in 3 games and carry the Azzurri to glory. It was a comeback story that felt almost fictional. Their 4th title arrived in 2006 in Germany, where a squad featuring Fabio Cannavaro, Gianluigi Buffon and Andrea Pirlo ground down the opposition with clinical efficiency, defeating France in the final on penalties. 4 World Cups. 4 golden moments. Italy remains one of the most decorated footballing nations in history. Also sitting at 4 titles and tied for second is Germany, a country that, perhaps more than any other, defines consistency at the World Cup. Germany has not just won the tournament 4 times, they have appeared in the final 8 times. They won in 1954, 1974, 1990 and 2014. That kind of sustained excellence over nearly a century of competition is staggering. And in each era, they did so with a different squad, a different generation, and a different style, yet always with the same hallmarks: organization, resilience, and an almost preternatural ability to perform under pressure. The 1954 triumph, dubbed the Miracle of Bern, saw a West German side considered severe underdogs defeat the dominant Hungarian team in the final. It became a moment of post-war national identity. In 1974 and again in 1990, they conquered the world again. And in 2014, in Brazil of all places, a magnificent German team destroyed the host nation 7-1 in the semi-final, one of the most stunning results in football history, before clinching the title against Argentina in the final. Germany is the definition of a World Cup machine. And at number 1, standing completely alone at the top, with 5 FIFA World Cup titles, is Brazil, the Selecao. No nation on earth has a relationship with football like Brazil. The sport is not just entertainment there, it is culture, identity, religion. And the World Cup record reflects that. Brazil is the only nation to have participated in every single World Cup tournament in history, all of them. And they have won 5: 1958, 62, 70, 94 and 2002. Each title came with a different cast of legends. The 1970 team, featuring Pelé, Jairzinho, Rivellino and Tostão, is routinely called the greatest international football team ever assembled. They did not just win, they dazzled, playing with a joy and creativity that changed how the world saw the game. Brazil has also given us Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Zico, Garrincha, names that echo through history and through every generation. The hunger to add a sixth star to that famous yellow jersey burns as brightly as ever. So there you have it, the four most decorated nations in World Cup history. Argentina and their 3 titles, Italy and Germany locked together on 4, and Brazil, the undisputed kings of the world game, sitting on 5. Which nation do you think is winning the 2026 World Cup? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Trivia Bench, and we will see you in the next one.